Hi everybody, my name's Lynn and my business is Angel Speak and I work as a modern mystic. That means I do psychic readings, energy healings, house clearings, past life regressions, hypnotherapy and NLP. And I've been doing it for 25 years. It's awesome, I love it. Anyhow, I'm here to talk to you guys today about protection. You guys are just starting the healing journey, doing the kinesiology. Fantastic, hats off to you. And I just want you guys to be mindful of, one, how to protect yourself, and two, how to protect your space. Because when we do healings on people, and it doesn't matter what kind of healings we do, if someone's there and they're getting a healing, to heal you need to release the negative energies that are stored in your body, the stuff that's making you feel bad. So you release these negative energies, and what happens to them? Where do they go? You know, it's great to do healing work and it's great to, pull these energies off people and help them to feel better. They've got to go somewhere. And, these things can come in the form, of emotions, like old emotions, stuck emotions, thought forms, old beliefs. They can even come in the form of attachments, like energy attachments. They can be entities, they could be earthbound spirits. There's a whole gamut of energy, like negative, toxic energy, that can be released during a session. So when people are releasing energies, you want to make sure they're released in a safe space. And the reason I say this is I've seen healers, and like they're really good healers, don't get me wrong, but they're pulling energy off people and they're just flicking it. And what happens when you do that? Like I said, it lands on the wall, it lands on the floor, it lands on your table, it lands on you. And then this person walks out, the next person walks in, and they can pick it up. They're open because they're having a healing. That energy that's been flicked around the room can actually be absorbed by that person. It can be absorbed by you. It can be absorbed by your pets, your family members, if you're working from home like I do. It can, if you're in a business, the other people that are in the space. So it is really, really important to be mindful of your space and mindful of, when you're doing the work, what's happening to these energies. So I want to give you a couple of tools and techniques to put into your healing kit, your healing toolbox. But the first thing I want to mention before we start is intention. So all of this work, the mind is so powerful. We are so powerful. And energy flows where focus goes. So if you set your intention, it's really, really important. When your intention is set that I'm doing this because this is going to protect my space and this is going to keep my energy clear, my clients and my space clear, that's what's going to happen. Yeah. So there's a couple of different things, tools that we can do. The first one, when I go into my room of a morning, I do this once of a morning, and then I'm right for the rest of the day. So what I do first is, I love vortexes. You know what I mean? So a vortex, I like vortexes because the energy is moving, yeah? And it moves around. Now a vortex it's quite big at the top, and then it comes down into a tail. So what I do in my space, first thing every morning, is I sit in my little chair and I visualize in my head. Sometimes I'll use my hand as well. And I see the energy moving anti-clockwise. Yeah. So I'm going anti-clockwise. I think because we're in Australia, this is just how it works, but this is a good way to release stuff. If something is released while you're working, the vortex will kind of grab it and move it off. So I see like a white gold energy going anti-clockwise, and it fills the whole of my space. And then what I see is the tail of it goes down into the core of the planet and it anchors in, and the head goes to the central sun. Now that's not our sun, that's the center of this galaxy. The reason I do that is that gives me a really big space where if anything is released in that space, or if anything's under or above, it's just taken up in the vortex to wherever it needs to be. Highest good grace purpose. I always work highest good grace purpose. Now, I like to work in threes when I'm setting up of a morning. So that's my space in my room. That's most important. But then around that, I create another vortex. Now this one goes around the whole house and garden. And if you're working in a building, say you've got a studio somewhere, you do the whole building in this next bit. And that, once again, the tail goes down, the head goes up, quarter of the planet, central sun. And then I do a third one, which goes around the area. Now, when I'm doing the area, it depends how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll go out 50 meters, sometimes I'll go out a couple of kilometers. Sometimes I feel like I need a bit more of a buffer. But what that does is it gives you a really good space. That's really, so something can come in from the outside. As it comes closer to the core, which is where your space is, if it's negative, it's repelled before it even gets there. So, and if someone's releasing stuff, it gets taken away. So that's the very first thing I do, is I set up my 3 vortexes. Now, the tools and techniques I'm giving you, you can use these, you can use your own ones, but please, whatever you do, just protect your space and yourself. Okay, the second vortex I use it's a little one. It's, you can't really see, but probably from my knee down. And what I do is I just draw a circle. Now this one goes anti-clockwise as well. And I just draw a circle 12 times on the ground. And what I'm saying is that is creating my vortex. And that vortex is going to, if I'm pulling something off someone, I try and flick it into that little vortex. Or sometimes I don't even think about it, because that's there. I know it's going to go into that. Now, the thing with this vortex, something that's really important, is if you're on a concrete floor or the ground floor, perfect. Just draw the 12 circles. That's my vortex. It's ready to go. If you're in an apartment or upstairs or whatever, if you draw that vortex and then it's just into the floor, what happens is if you're pulling energy off someone and you're putting that negative energy into your vortex, and that goes down through that tail, if someone's in the floor below you, so they're sitting there having their lunch or they're watching TV, that energy will come through their ceiling, plop onto them, and then they're picking it up. Not best case scenario, not a good practice. The thing is, if you're on a multi-level, is you draw your vortex and then you point the tail, intention again, guys, your tail, you're saying it goes to the wall and it goes down that wall and it goes into the ground. It has to go into Mother Earth, yeah? Because the Mother Earth takes this negative energy, she uses it, the nature spirits use it. Like it's a really good thing that nature actually likes the negative energy. And they usually boost us with the positive at the same time. But with the vortex, make sure you draw it 12 times, tail goes into the wall and it goes down into Mother Earth from there. Now, the good thing about the vortex is it moves with you. So if you're walking around your table, it's like a little Tassie devil. It follows you around the table. So you can flex. You don't have to think, oh, I put the vortex here and I've got to, drop it off here. No, it will follow you around. So you can flick, no problem. It's going to go in the vortex and then it's going to be taken down into Mother Earth. So that works really, really well. So I use the vortex both those vortexes every day. Now, you've probably heard of bubbles of light. Lots of people use the bubbles of light. They're beautiful. You can use any color you want. Like green is for healing, pink is for unconditional love, that sort of thing. If you're using it for protection, I would use white and gold. The reason why I say that is white has every color in it. So it's more powerful when it comes to protection. The other thing I use now, I actually use the bubble with my clients. So I've got my client on the table. I will set up a bubble of white light around them. And the thing with the white light is great. It's very powerful, very strong. But to make it even stronger, you can put something around the bubble. Now, I use silver light. The reason I use silver light is silver acts like a mirror. And when you put it around the bubble, it acts like a two-sided mirror. So if anything negative comes towards the client while we're working, it's deflected back to that source as pure unconditional love, which is great. The other reason why I love using it is because it shines a light, because it's two-sided, yeah? So it's around the client. The silver on the inside shines down into the client. If there's anything negative into the client, it starts shifting and moving and displacing that energy. So it's kind of like it has a double effect. It deflects anything outside and it starts looking at what's inside. And it can just help you with your session. So bubbles of light are a fantastic way to, to protect. The other thing is call in your guides, your healing team, your spirit helpers. Everyone has a spirit team, guys, everyone. When you start, doing this kind of work, you generally tend to communicate with them more. That can be spirit guides, it can be angels, it can be archangels, you can use ascended masters, you can call in your own guardian angel. With the ascended masters, it could be like Jesus or Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Buddha, all of those types of beings. They're great to call in, and they're really good for protection. Who I love to call in for protection is Archangel Michael. Now, my business is Angel Speak. I love angels, so I work with a lot of angels. If they don't float your boat, don't use them. But Archangel Michael is amazing. He has a shield, he has a sword, he has warrior angels with him. So if you're asking for protection, he's your guy. He's just amazing. So call in Archangel Michael. He'll do the job. He's got kind of a cobalt blue energy. So if you start seeing that when you're doing healings, he may be around protecting and watching your space anyway. So calling in your team, calling in your helpers. Like I say, I've been doing this for 25 years. I never, ever, ever do this work alone. I find I am part of a bigger team. And when I call them in, when I'm working with them, they guide me through the process. They protect me, they keep me safe, and they also help. They bring through good advice. They can sometimes say, tell them this, show them that, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, they're really good to work with when you're doing healing. So they're great. The other thing that you can use is crystals. Crystals are amazing. Crystals are great because if you want to protect yourself, you can wear them. You can wear them around your neck, you can put them in your bra, you can put them in your pockets. They're fantastic to keep on your body and keep you safe. If you want to set up your space, you can charge certain crystals, and then you can set out a crystal grid in your space, and that will keep that space clear. I used to use the Star of David. It's two triangles, one point up, one point down. And I used to use big amethyst crystals for this. And what I'd do is I'd cleanse them first. I would set my intention. Then I'd place them around the room in the Star of David shape. And then I would draw the lines to create the grid. And then I'd set my intention that this is now a safe space. And it works really, really well. So, if you like crystals, definitely use incorporate them into your toolbox because they do work really well. Another thing on crystals is if you're using them for protection, go for the dark ones. So the black, like tourmaline, black onyx, obsidian, those ones work really well for dispelling negative energy. Smoky quartz is good for dissolving negative energies. It's great to have in your space. But the other ones will repel it, so they're really good. Particularly if you wear it on yourself and you're working with people, it will... Look, yeah, you have to get in there and you have to know what's going on with people. So you will feel some negative energies, but you don't want to take it on board. You don't want it in your energy field. So those crystals do work really well. If you want to open up a little bit more, to connect with your guides, etc., while you're working, I would use the white crystals like clear quartz or amethyst or lapis lazuli. They work really well for making those strong connections. Okay, so that's just a couple of tools and techniques for your toolbox. And that all works really well because that's what we do at the start of the day. Yay. What happens if you've had a really big day, you've had some really intense clients and they've released a lot of stuff and they get up and they skip out and they feel wonderful and you are heavy and you're tired and you can't concentrate and you're feeling like crap? There's a couple of ways that we can help rebalance and release what's not yours. And the very simplest, easiest way to do this is you go outside barefoot on the grass or beach or whatever, but on the ground. And you can stamp your feet if you want because that'll shift and move the energy. But your intention, what you're saying is whatever energy does not belong to me, I release it into Mother Earth now. You will notice a shift in energies, yeah? You don't, because even when you protect yourself, sometimes if you're really in with someone and they're releasing a lot of stuff, look, we're human and sometimes we kind of inadvertently, I want to take that off you. That's okay. It really is. Just don't keep it. Yeah. If you've got other people's energies in your system, you cannot run it through your system as if it was yours. It won't work. It'll just sit there. It's heavy. It blocks your energy and it makes you feel like crap. So always, particularly if you've had a heavy day, release that energy. Stomping your feet's a great way, but standing on the grass, it only takes 5 minutes, if that, and you will feel that shift in energy. The other thing is walking in nature. So going out in nature, look, is so good at clearing our energy fields, because when we're walking, our energy fields are quite big. If you're walking under trees, if you're going, past bushes, that sort of thing, their energy and your energy is intertwining. They want to take the negative energy and they want to give you the positive. I liken it to trees, us and trees, yeah? We have a synergistic relationship. So we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out CO2. Trees breathe in CO2 and they breathe out oxygen. It's a win-win. We help each other. Well, nature and Mother Earth love to take that negative energy and they love to push back the positive. So please don't feel like you're clogging up, Mother Earth's energies or you're messing up with the nature spirits. Absolutely not. It works really, really well. And the more we do it, the better they feel, the better we feel. Walking in nature is great. One of the best places to detox though is on the beach, with your feet or anything in the ocean. Like the ocean is so good at detoxing us and releasing negative energies. So if you love the beach and you love having your feet in the water, that is going to clear you quicker than anything else. The other thing you can do is, say you've had a hard day, you haven't got time to go out, but you've got a bath, have a salt bath and put a lot of salt in it, yeah? Because the salt will take that negative energy out of your system. It works really, really well. So salt baths are great. And the other thing you can use is sage. So you can sage yourself, you can sage your room. I actually prefer the Australian bush flower essence. That it's a spray and it doesn't set off your smoke alarms, but it makes everything feel really light. you can feel it. I sprayed in my aura, I sprayed around the room, sprayed around the house. It works really, really well. So there are a couple of things you can do if you've had a super, super hard day and you're feeling like crap and you feel like you've got this yucky energy in your system. There's some techniques for you to clear your system. So always be mindful, guys, everything's energy. There's negative, there's positive. Just working with what's, right for you. If something feels off, it probably is. Make sure you look after your energies, your space, and you'll be great. You'll have, life will be easy. So lovely chatting to you all. Hopefully I'll meet you all soon someday. And thanks again. Bye.